I want to basically use this time to uplift people because there's a lot of people that's upset about the election. There's a lot of people that are going through other issues in their lives, and there's a lot of people who may be causing their own turmoil and they may not realize it. But I thought that was something on mine. Anyways, I kind of just gonna vaguely talk about some of my experience in life, different points in time where some of the things that I went through, either self inflicted or imposed by somebody else, or partially self inflicted. There's a lot of times where I used to get really offended by people treating me a certain way, people saying certain things about me, um, people having certain viewpoints and different things of that nature. But it's usually the people who have a good spirit, a good heart that get tested by the fire, so to speak. So a lot of times when you see people finding themselves and becoming better than they were or making improvements, whether they made mistakes in the past or not, which we all are guilty of something. But if there's somebody who is starting to grow and become better and change certain aspects about themselves, or let's say they was always a good person or always respectable in some sense, you always get certain people that make it that takes it as an attack on themselves. Like if somebody's great at something, they think that it's a personal attack on their ability to do something instead of just being inspired by other people. So my main thing is what I'm learning in this season of my life is the more people try to bring you down, the more they are afraid of the great things that you will accomplish. Or in my case, the more people, the more tribulation you go through, the more you're being refined. So the tougher your life, the more refined you'll, the more compassion you'll have, the more empathy you'll have, the more character you will build. And you know, I'm in a season of pressure. I'm in a season of refinement. And once I get out of this season, I think that there's going to be aspects to my character that the younger me will be proud of, and that different people who either look up to me or know me to a degree will be proud of. And those people who either never rock with me or thought I was cool and changed their mind or different things of that nature, my life will be a testament of whether or not what they feel is justified or not. Because the one tough thing about life is when you are trying to live life with integrity and dignity and high moral character, your life has to continuously prove that. The moment you give in to anger or lust or envy or greed or whatever type of vice you could get, that's when all that hard work goes down the drain. And so many people underestimate the pressure that we put on each other to be a certain thing and how often we run from our own issues and play and project our issues on the other people. So I think the more that you focus on improving yourself, the more you focus on having a high moral character and living with dignity and principles and values, that's when you just let your life speak for itself. And a lot of times people will want to say something to get you to act wild or get you to do a particular thing. But for me, I don't need to defend myself in that way. Yes, if somebody try to physically hurt me, yes, I will defend myself. If somebody is saying something about me and I have the ability to deny or something of that nature, yes. But if people are just constantly trying to tear down my character, I'll be like, well, what do my fruits show? What do my life show? So that's the one thing I've been learning throughout this time is the more people are trying to paint you in a certain light, they're revealing more about themselves than they are about you. So my focus on just doing what I do best, and that's love on people, try to be funny, try to be a listening ear when somebody needs somebody to talk to. Um, and different things. So despite what goes on in my life, I know that I can overcome it because I know the tougher my life is, the more afraid the enemy. I'm a Christian, so when I'm saying the enemy, I'm talking about the devil and different spirits and stuff like that. But the enemy is afraid of the potential I have in the kingdom. So, and then even if you're not spiritual or anything like that, usually if you are doing something great and you're about to make changes and make waves in whatever field or whatever aspect of life you're doing, there will be people that come out the woodwork to tear you down. And sometimes it could be somebody you don't even expect to be hating on you because they got a lot of things that they haven't healed from. And then they are projecting their insecurities and their fears onto you. So there's a lot of things that people underestimate about their own emotions and their own traumas and their own insecurities. So, and shoot, there's times where I got to catch myself because, I used to have this certain view on life. And every time I would try to talk to somebody about that, the conversation would never go well. And then I would react poorly to how that conversation went. But I'm shifting my focus on just doing what I know that I want to do, and that's loving people, enjoying life, and taking care of my responsibilities. And that's all I can really focus on is that. If people want to assume something about me, or if they think that I have a certain vision about something, and whatever the case may be, whatever labels they want to say, it really don't matter because at the end of the day, I serve despite the mistakes I made in the past, despite some devices that I'm getting over, despite some healing I need to go through and some refinement that I need to go through. Um, at the end of the day, my character is supreme. Who I am on the inside, how I love people, how I interact with people. When people actually see me and they see, oh, that's a solid dude, that's going to basically be my evidence is how I am day to day, how I am day to day. And I'm going to make sure that any issues that I have personally, um, any issues that I have, whether it's some healing that needs to be done, maybe how I deal with pain and adversity may need to make a shift. Regardless of all that process, I always been a particular type of person at my core from when I was little till now. Is I like unity. I like connection. I like to trust people. I like to be gullible around people. I don't want to have to watch my back and be like, what if they doing this? What if they doing that? I don't like that. And if I feel like I have to be that with somebody, I'm not going to be around them. I like to be able to fully trust people, fully trust them. I don't need to deal. I don't need them to think that I'm going to do something to them because I do not have a manipulative bone in my body. I don't have a vindictive bone in my body. I don't have a jealous bone in my body. When you win, I win, even if you don't like me. When I see people win, even if you are trying to compete against me, when you win, I win because I like seeing people accomplish things. I like seeing families happy. I like seeing people accomplish their career goals. I like people I like seeing people succeed in life. Why wouldn't you want to see people prosper? You know what I'm saying? And my main thing is I like to see people prosper. Even if I gotta be the bootleg version of Jesus Christ and I have to be the one to suffer for something. um because I know me personally, like if God came down and was like, hey, world peace will happen. Nobody will ever get sick again. Nobody will ever suffer again if you take on all the suffering. I'd be like, sign me up. But fortunately, Jesus did that already, so I don't have to. But if he did decide to say something like that, I'll do it because it makes me happy seeing other people happy. It makes me happy being able to see a community get along. Like when certain storms hit and seeing neighbors help each other out and people giving away food and clothes and resources, and it's not just like oh, it's all about me. When I see stuff like that, when I see my kids accomplish things and they struggle at first but then they overcome it, or they see an issue and they figure it out, that's beautiful. When I see other kids do that, when I see somebody who was like 400 pounds and then they get in the best shape of their life, when I see animals that don't usually get along. When I just see all these different things, that warms my heart. So the main thing is a lot of people are in a lot of pain. A lot of people are confused, hurt, and a lot of people are just in survival mode. And so they are not, I don't think they are in their right mind when they do certain things, when they cut you off on the road or when they bump into you in the mall or when they just pick a fight with you for what seemingly is no reason. A lot of people are living in that world of, oh, my daddy was abusive, or this person did this to me, or I grew up in this neighborhood and all I see is this. And I've been guilty of being locked in that mindset of experiencing something and not realizing that I was still living in that world. I'm actually recently coming out of that to a degree. But there's still many, many millions and millions of people that are living that way. And everything they do is based off of not experiencing that pain again, not experiencing that hurt again. So, my main thing is I'm just going to focus on loving people. I'm going to focus on accomplishing different things to help the world and taking care of my family and, you know, maybe bringing people to Christ And if people don't agree with Christ, still having love and empathy for them and respecting the fact that, they are still, it's not always my job to try to quote unquote save people. Um, it's my job to just represent what Christ means. So as long as I do a good job of representing, because a lot of times when people are so focused on preaching the word or preaching certain things or telling people, if you don't believe this, you're going to, it's like that whole get the speck out of your, before you get the speck out of somebody, you got to get the log out of yours. So I'm focusing on removing the log out of my eyes and then making my life be evidence of I'm this way because Christ showed mercy to me. I'm this way because Christ showed love to me. I would not be here if I didn't believe in Jesus. If I was just depending on my own understanding, my own way of thinking, I would not be able to be a husband and a father and experience some things I experienced in life with dance and making videos and different stuff of that nature. Um, and the few times I was solely focused on my own understanding, I might have did some things here and there, but then at the end of the day, everything broke down. And then so the more I focus on just shifting my attention to representing Christ and being something of fruitful nature, someone of fruitful nature, I think that at least the people around me can benefit in a way where I don't feel like I'm being just used or manipulated, but also, even if they are trying to use and manipulate me, I know that I am living a certain purpose to where I can take my feelings out of it and I can focus on the bigger picture of it all. Because a lot of times in the past, people focus on how something makes them feel instead of looking at the bigger picture. And I know I've been guilty of that a lot. But now I'm understanding at least there is a lot of things greater than us, whether no matter what you believe in spiritually or not. Um, there's a lot of things about the design of the world and how we are wired as humans that we are underestimating. And we're not taking it serious as we think we are. And even now, with me saying that, there's still probably some things that I haven't even scratched the surface on. So, no matter what you're going through, if you are going through a tough time, I want to encourage you not to be bitter. I want to encourage you not to be angry, resentful. Yes, you might still feel those things, but I want you to take appropriate action instead of giving in to those emotions. I want you to focus on living life in a way where you can inspire people to be better. So, and it's usually the people who go through the most suffering and can still smile and still enjoy life that to me are the most inspirational. So, try to be inspirational today and every day after that. If you are going through a tough time in your life, whether it's self inflicted or whether it's happenstance or whether it's a combination of things, you got this. If you believe in Christ, put your faith in Christ. If you don't believe in Christ, I hope you put your faith in Christ. If you one of those people just like, I don't believe none of that and I never will, then I hope that you have a good support system that can help you through what you're going through. And I hope that you have some type of healthy mechanism to help you get through everything. So, because at the end of the day, as people, we need each other. Men and women, we need each other. No matter what you identify as, we all need each other in order for this society to progress and grow. If we start this turning into tribes and subsections and start only identifying as a political party, all these other things, we're just going to continuously causing a rift with one another. And then this world, we're not going to get rid of the bad people of the world. We're not going to get rid of certain issues that are plaguing us. And it's just going to be a bunch of nonsense. So, um, to wrap things up, I just want to, you know, lift up everybody who might be going through a tough time, or if you know somebody going through a tough time, if you lost a loved one, if you just got divorced, if you are separated, or if you um, behind on bills, or just got let go of a job, or dealing with a health scare or something, or if you or whatever your situation is. There's so many things that can be going on with each of your lives. Um, just embrace the moment of being refined. Embrace the moment of persevering, and I think in time things will start being clear to you in some way. And I hope that you don't get resentful. I hope that you don't get angry. I hope that you don't become bitter and distrusting. And I hope that you're able to see the good in whatever situation you're in. And I know it's hard to see the good, is because a lot of times it just may feel like nothing's going right, nothing's going good. People are saying this about me, people are doing this. This happened to my friend, this happened to me, this whatever your situation is. Um, I just want to encourage you to shift your mindset. And that's easier said than done because I'm also in that process of shifting my mindset and not giving in to certain things and certain emotions. And I believe that when it's all said and done, you can look back on it and appreciate that you went through it and realize how strong you are on the other side and how much stronger you will become. So, no matter if you love me or hate me, life is still better, baby. I'm out.